10 years ago, it started as a knock, but little did I know what that moment was going to mean for me in the news business. Tina Luque, my news director at WIS in Columbia, South Carolina, had walked into my office to tell me that she was resigning. Well, being the assistant news director, I was now the interim news director of the #1 station in the Raycom network. I was pretty ecstatic, but I was not settling with that at all. I wanted to be the news director. And I'd remembered a conversation that my general manager, Danita Todd, had told me about how she loved how people called for the order. She wanted people to come up to her and ask for the position. So I got out of my chair and I walked down to her office and I did just that. I called for the order. I looked at her in the face and I told her, "You don't need to look anywhere for a news director. He's standing right here." Well, it wasn't what I wanted to hear next. She told me I just didn't have experience as a news director, and she wasn't sure of my newsroom management experience either. So it was very doubtful that I was going to get this position, but she appreciated the fact I had such enthusiasm about this opportunity. Well, I wasn't going to settle for that. I met with her department managers, sales, engineering, marketing, and it wasn't what I wanted, it was what I could do for them, is what I discussed. I got them on my side, and we worked together as a team throughout this process. I also worked with my newsroom. My newsroom was very excited about the fact that I had this opportunity to possibly be the news director, so they helped me. Not only did they help me, they put me in an incredible position. As a team, we finished #1 across the board in the next rating period, and they were the highest ratings ever. And then on a Saturday night, Saturday morning you would say, there was a plane crash. And during that plane crash, members of the Blink-182 band were involved. Well, we got a tip. We were first on the scene. We had all the video, all the coverage, and because of it, we won an Emmy. But despite all this coverage and everything, Danita wasn't settled yet. And in the past 2 months, I didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear anything for her as we went through day by day by day. And even people were asking me, "Have you heard anything?" And I didn't hear anything until one Friday when she called me to her office and she said she was going to interview some people for the position and she wanted me to interview them too. I was like, this is incredible. All the work I've done and this is what's going to happen. Well, she interviewed a couple and then there was a third guy who came in and he was special. And I sat down with him and I knew he was the real deal. And he was from Baltimore and I was nervous. And I should be nervous because she offered him the job. But in an incredible move, I guess you would say the twist, he didn't accept the job. And I walked down to her office again and I called for the order. And I looked at her and I said, "I got you an Emmy. We're the #1 station. We have great ratings, everything. What else can I do? I'm your news director." She asked me a bunch of questions until finally she said, and I answered, and she said, "You're the news director."